Coming up on the pod, we have Uncle Aaron back in studios. We discuss the NES Super Nintendo inspired film Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
Super Mario Brothers.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Real Buzz Robb on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Real Buzz Takes with the Real Buzz crew.
Welcome to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. Today we are the Real Buzz 2. I am Real Buzzed Rob. And to my left, we have... You know what? I don't have a specific title for you yet, so I'm just calling you Uncle Aaron. So,
okay.
Uncle Aaron.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, Uncle Aaron.
Thank you.
This is, I think, your fourth appearance, or is it third, fifth?
I think this is number 5.
I can't fucking count.
Yeah.
The last one was Hocus Pocus, no?
Yes, last episode was back in October for Hocus Pocus. We did the dry ice. Today's special drinks are going to be snake bites and Guinness because it is March.
This is why Aaron is an A-list guest, because not only does he bring the thunder, he also brings his own personal, special beverage for the episode. And so kudos to that. We'll give you another applause because that's fucking fantastic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And like I said, Uncle Aaron. I'm going to get your drop right. I'm getting better at these. Instead of the drops being just random, they kind of at least have theme with the episode.
I love it. Since you started calling it out and you're like, hey, I got to find new sources for drops, you have dove into a new depth. And because our good friend, because Mr. Cannabis Keenan is not here, Chepania, Romania, and Norak.
Borshiniwa. I don't know how he says it right every time. I don't know how he says it.
Yeah. I said, what up, Romania? For those of you who don't speak Romanian, and if you do speak Romanian, I apologize. But I said, what up, Romania, and cheers.
All right, so the movie we are reviewing today is Super Mario Brothers, according to this script. I never understand that. I think it's Mario. I think it's common knowledge that Mario, his name is Super Mario.
Absolutely.
Mario is the R&B singer that, I don't remember. I used to love him. That's Mario. Yeah, that's Mario.
Yeah.
Mario is the goofy guy in the overalls. He goes, it's me.
Yeah. It's a me, Mario.
The release date for this film was
not long enough ago.
May the 28th, 1993. It was directed by a married couple. It was a duo directorial job by Annabelle Jankel and Rocky Morton.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I think if you have two directors, that really is too many cooks in the kitchen.
Thank you. That is the exact analogy I was going to use because it did not go well.
Dennis Hopper said as much in interviews after this movie was released. Yeah, yes. He was just like, yeah, man, they weren't on the same page and they were telling us to do different things and then they didn't communicate with each other, so it was all fucked up.
Well, at one point, John Leguizamo.
I call him Johnny Legs. Leguizamo.
You know what's funny is that I actually call him Senior Leguizamo. Anyway, or Legs. Super Legs there actually at some point stopped learning his lines. He and
it does feel like he just made them up sometimes.
Yeah.
Like he was improvising. And I mean that in the least respectful way possible. It was not good.
Oh, no. And what's insane is that they stopped learning it because every day the husband or the wife would come in and give new notes and they'd take the story in a whole new direction. And then once they did that, they'd have to come up with new lines anyway, so they just stopped learning them.
Yeah, that's the ironic part. There were so many rewrites, and my question throughout this film was, did they not rewrite any of this? Because it is really bad. It feels like a first draft.
I hear you. The thing that I found, because after I watched this, so I didn't know Keenan wasn't going to be here, but I did take a note from his book, and my second, let's see here. Yeah, my second note is perhaps this is the wrong altitude from which one should be watching this movie. And,
yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? I
literally got 45 minutes in, and my last note that was legible, this is on my first run through, was literally, how the fuck am I 45 minutes into this movie, and there's still another hour?
That's the thing, and we'll get into it, but I just felt like the movie started off okay, and then just got progressively worse. It just, by the time you got to the end, you're like, God damn it, this fucking, at the beginning, it's cute, I kind of dig it, It has a very early 90s feel.
Yes.
I'm like, maybe this won't suck so bad.
Yes.
No. By the third act, you're like, fucking end, please, this is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do the thing.
All right.
Man. I'm
So
getting off
before
to a
this, they always directed together. I didn't recognize anything. A bunch of shorts, and then after this, I didn't recognize anything. A bunch of shorts. So I think this. I don't want to say this movie ruined their career. Certainly didn't help it.
Hell no.
Cats. Bob Hoskins is Mario. Johnny Legs, John Leguizamo is Luigi Mario.
Yep.
And Dennis Hopper as King Koopa. Honorable mention to Samantha Mathis as Davy, which was River Phoenix's girlfriend at the time of his death.
For Daisy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I normally, we didn't do any current affairs today. Normally I try to lower the cast. But I should have given her a regular plug. But
Here's my thing, is that how long did it take you to remember? Who the hell is Daisy? I was looking for like Princess Peach or more like realistic callbacks, because I don't know how many times I've caught a 5-minute clip of this movie, but I genuinely thought, oh, this will be fun. I'll have a few drinks and I'll watch this buzzed, and the nostalgia will carry it.
yeah.
It did not.
And it was weird
Underline.
because that was the only characters name that they changed. They thought Peach was a ridiculous name. They still named the fucking guy Toad. They still went King Koopa, which, was he a president? Was he a king?
Well, and they changed the Koopa Troopas to the Goombas.
Which is, I think, like a kind of a slur for an Italian person, which is funny. It's like, he's a Goomba.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really, before this, so we'll go with Bob Hoskins. We'll start with him. Before this, he was known for Hook and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you remember Hook, he was Smee.
I love Hook.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Love Hook.
And Hoskins, that was a great role for him. And everyone remembers Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Everybody.
That was the Space Jam before Space Jam.
Absolutely. And he spent, I don't even remember how long it took them to record How to Frame Roger Rabbit, because it was so groundbreaking. Like, the technology that they were using with the overlay, they'd used it at Disney a couple of times previously for some videos that are no longer available because of how racist they were. However, they used it again in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and it came out beautifully, in my opinion. But
yeah.
I don't know about you. It made my childhood better.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. And that came out, I think, 89. That was the year I was born. I remember seeing it a bunch when I was a kid.
I don't know.
Right after this, he's known for Nixon, Balto, which I remember Balto. That
was he was a voice in that?
Yeah, animated film about how they got penicillin across the Arctic. It was fine. I watched it when I was a kid.
Yep.
Enemy at the Gates, Made in Manhattan, Son of the Mask, Hollywoodland, and his last credit was Snow White and the Huntsman before he passed away.
What was he in Snow White and the Huntsman?
I haven't seen that one, so I really don't know.
I
just remember Charlize Theron and Kristen Sassy Pants. What's her name?
The Twilight chick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Johnny Legs. Before this, known for Die Hard 2. A very small role. I think it wasn't like a real part. After this, known for, he had a fucking career, man. He had some hits. Carlito's Way, Romeo plus Juliet, Spawn. The Spawn role was fucking weird.
So goddamn weird.
He played like a blue goblin from hell.
Yeah.
Like
freaked me out.
He was terrifying.
He was the clown one, right?
The fat fucking clown, the blue clown.
That's what always threw me off, is people are like, oh yeah, he was in Spawn. What do you mean he was in Spawn? He was the clown.
He was the antagonist.
I have no idea how much time he spent in makeup for that, but it was too much.
That movie sucked too. They didn't do Spawn justice.
Hell no.
Dr. Dolittle, Titan AE, Moulin Rouge, Collateral Damage, the Ice Age franchise. He's done, I think, like 7 or 8 of those movies.
Yeah. I mean, if you can print your own money, why not?
I know. I agree. Yeah. The Happening, Righteous Kill, The Lincoln Lawyer, Chef, John Wick, Bloodline, and most recently, The Mandalorian.
Hold up. Back up.
Okay.
You said John Wick.
Yeah, he plays at least in the first one. I can't remember if he's in the second one or not. He's kind of at the beginning where he fixes his car.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
He kind of gets he's kind of his ally. Yeah. I don't remember his exact role.
I personally, you didn't mention The Pest. That was Johnny Legs, right?
I don't recognize it. That's why I only throw down the ones because if someone's like, what was that? I was like, if I want to, I can reference it.
Don't ask me what The Pest is about. I just know for a fact that every time we went to Family Video, Pest was always on the shelf, which might be in a like a testament to how.
And knowing me, that's probably his most well-known role. And I was like, what? I haven't seen it.
No, you mentioned one of his roles. Oh, in Moulin Rouge, and that's a guilty. I think that's his best role. Sorry, guilty.
No, agreed. He has such a wide spectrum of characters he can play. Yeah. I mean, because that's an interesting character. The Spawn character is interesting.
I meant to look up some excerpts from his book, because apparently he dishes on this movie in it, and then goes on to dish about some other business stuff that he had to tolerate.
Yeah, I love Johnny Legs. I think he's a character actor, 100%.
Oh, for sure. Nobody's putting him as a leading man.
No, I mean Carlito's Way. No, that was no. You're right. All right. Dennis Hopper. We've done him on a prior pod, so I found 5 fun facts.
Sweet.
He had 5 different spouses over the course of his life and was divorcing his 5th wife as he died.
Ugh.
I don't know, man. I just did 0 for 5. Fuck me. Just maybe after 3, call it a day.
On the 3rd strike, maybe.
Yeah, man.
Out.
If I get divorced a second time, I don't know if I'm going to get married again. Even if I get divorced a second time, no, there will not be a third time. There will not be a third marriage. Hear me now.
Getting married is expensive and it's hard work.
If my next ex is listening, that's going to be it. I'm not getting married again.
That's it. That if your next ex is listening, I got to tell you, buddy, I think that might be a new sentence.
Yeah. This obviously he thinks this is the worst movie he's ever. Oh no, sorry, this isn't the worst movie he's ever worked on. He said the worst movie he's ever worked on was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Really?
Yeah, which that must have been a fucking shit show if that was the worst. I mean,
no joke, because I know Hopper has been quoted as this is his one regret.
Yeah, he said he did it for the paycheck. Number 3, he was offered the role of Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs, but wasn't available to shoot.
Hopper was, right?
Yep.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, fascinatingly enough, he's from Kansas City.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he took painting lessons at Nelson Atkins Art Museum when he was a kid. That's a local reference that no one listening in Romania will give half a fuck about. And then this one I love. So originally when Fear and Loathing was in production to be a film, the original actors who were supposed to play were Jack Nicholson and Dennis Hopper. Hopper would have been his lawyer.
That would have been an insanely different movie.
I know. I'm not sure it would have been better. I think it would have been
Dennis Hopper and who?
Jack Nicholson.
That does not compute. So Dennis Hopper
would have been weird.
So Nicholson would have played Dapp's role?
Yeah.
That's a totally different
era
of weird.
I don't know. I don't know if it would have been good or not. I would have watched it.
You know what they should have done? They should have recorded it and then did what they're doing with the Superman movie that's coming out this week. You know, the what's his name cut?
Yeah, the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut. They should have done a Snyder cut for that because I definitely would have watched that.
Early reviews are it's longer and just as shitty. So that's good.
I know, but as guys who grew up loving Superman.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
Oh, for sure.
I went and saw the movies in theaters knowing they weren't going to be good. I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah.
Batman's my guy.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Specs and eats. Runtime, 104 minutes, entirely too long. Should have been no more than 90. Could have been 80. Would have been fine. Like this is the one movie where I think hour 20 would have fucking covered it, and we don't need an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah. Do you remember how long Batman Returns is? The one that was like super gamey.
It's pretty long. That the Danny DeVito and
No. The one that was all neon colors with like Brad Pitt and the nipples, and you had the car from it when we were kids. You had the Batman car.
You're thinking of Batman and Robin.
Oh, yes, I am.
With George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney. What did I say? Brad Pitt? What?
Well, yeah, man, they're both handsome guys.
Yeah. Those guys who have way more money than we'll ever have. Okay.
Speak for yourself. I'm on my way, buddy. I'm only 32.
I will believe it when you do, sir.
Budget for this film was $40 million. Opened at $8 million, grossed $20 million. So this is obviously this. It should be noted, you can't find this movie anywhere.
No.
Sorry, authorities, if you're listening to this, I had to illegally download it, but only because it's not available to buy anywhere. I tried to rent it
because it's not worth the cost to put it on a website.
No, we don't want that IP.
Yeah,
we're gonna lose money posting this. So no, we don't want. And there's a lot of shitty stuff on Prime that you can rent. So that's saying really a lot.
Stuff. You can go to Amazon Prime and basically find like a B-roll movie of any theater debut movie will have a B-roll in Amazon Prime.
Of course.
It's nuts.
Plot keywords. Number 1, plumber. Number 2, dinosaur. Number 3, set up for unmade sequel.
Jurassic Sissy.
Number 4, F-rated. I think that just means it got an F.
Is F-rated, is that a referral to like the video game ratings? Is there an F?
No. It would be
rated T for teen.
They didn't even start rating video games until N64, I think.
Well, I have no idea. No idea.
I remember that because I always wanted to play Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, and I'd like try to get it in Blockbuster.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want this one, Dad. If you hunt dinosaurs, it's like there's a big M on it. I'm like, yeah, that means
mega cool.
Maybe this is good for you to play. And he's just like, that was 17 plus. I was
clearly
like
you did not catch him on his good batch of acid when you were trying to pull that shit.
No, I did not. I wish I would have.
No joke.
Number 5, Italian American, which there were some Italian stereotypes in here, but I don't think it was terrible.
Some?
Yeah, some.
Okay, so all right, I'll jump ahead a little bit here. Did anybody else feel weird that there wasn't a single Italian person trying to be Italian?
No, I agree. Hoskins is British, which he did a great job with the accent. I mean, it was way over the top. Don't get me wrong, but I never would have guessed he was British.
So yeah, well, you're right. I never would have guessed British. I called him a Polak.
Johnny Legs is Colombian.
Okay, I didn't know. I was like, he's Latino. I don't know.
No, yeah, he's Colombian. It just
Awesome.
it is
Okay.
weird because they both kind of have darker skin complexions. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
they're Southern Italian, and from. So you're like, okay, whatever. I mean, it's not. No one gave a shit in '93. I mean,
That's true. That's really true.
because now everyone's thinking, and I don't know how I feel about this because people are kind of getting up in arms about only LGBT. I can never say that, and I feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Only the letter community. Anyone from that community can play someone who is
Alphabet
gay.
Mafia.
Yeah, the Alphabet Mafia
I'm with you.
can only play people who are of home, or, gay, or trans or whatever. And I don't know. I understand the sentiment there, and I'm just like, if it's not an ethnic background, just pick the guy who can do the best job. Like we shouldn't have white people playing Cleopatra. I get that shit, but
you guys brought that up. The Gal Gadot is being, she is doing Cleopatra.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, one, she looks the role and she's fantastic.
yeah.
How far do we take it?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's just I'm all about being sensitive to other people's lifestyles and their religions and and how they live and their sexual orientation or how they identify as male or female. I'm happy to be sensitive to that. But I just at some point I don't know. If there's a guy. If there's a role for a gay person, and then there are two people up for the role, one of them gay and one of them isn't, and the person who's not gay is, maybe the more recognizable actor, maybe just or does the better job.
Better actor?
Yeah, I think he's got to go to them. But that
Agreed.
being said, I don't, I'm not going to die on this hill. Like,
Yeah, it's not worth your time. Buddy.
No. All right, moving on to taglines. There were some weird ones.
Of course.
The first one, bright, clamorous extravaganza. I thought it was. Did they make a typo? Should it say glamorous or is do you know?
Clamorous, yeah.
Clamorous is a word. Okay.
When a road's such a clatter, like clamor, like you cause a clamor.
I have never used that word in a sentence before now, and I think I know what it means from context, but I was just like, I've never used that word.
My
before.
wife would love to tell you that I use stupid words that are annoying and that nobody else uses. She hates it when I use thrice and infinitesimal and shit like that.
You're the deep cut dictionary guy.
Yeah, and she makes fun of me for it. Clamorous is not one I'd use.
Okay, so
Heads up.
the second one is actually this is my favorite one.
Okay.
It's a little cheesy, but I like it. Can two plumbers save the world from going down the drain?
Yes, that was the one on the poster, man.
Yeah, that's a good
I love
one.
it. So when I pulled it up on my Plex to watch it, that's what it used. It pulls. So Plex is a program that pulls in all the metadata for all the stuff you've pirated. So not that I've pirated a lot of stuff, but if I had and I was using it because it's free.
If one were to pirate,
this would be an awesome little application to download because it helps organize your stuff so that if somebody isn't as privy, they can literally open it up and it looks like Netflix.
I'm not going to do that ever. I'm not taking note of this information, and I'm not going to attempt to use it later.
I wouldn't if I were you because it's awesome.
It's illegal.
That's
it's
right.
against the law.
Yes. Big old stamp.
And then the last tagline from this film is "This ain't no game," which, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't.
They should have played up like I was really looking for like a green mushroom or a fire mushroom or like they should have played up the video game aspect more. They really just turned this into this weird dark world that was just garbage.
They tried to pay homage to a lot of the video game aspects of this, but they just didn't do a very good job.
No, I know. It feels like they started to, and then they're like, "Oh wait, we want adults to become, fascinated with video games," which they've been trying to do for years, and it's still, just now is kind of becoming a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. They just the execution of this film in general is terrible. So this is normally where we do the synopsis. So I'll just this is completely off the dome. So
Riff it.
I'm riffing here. In a world where shitty video game characters are bad plumbers and need to save the world, Daisy and Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. I dig it.
No, that's
we miss
terrible.
Keenan.
Yeah, sorry, Keenan. I forgot. I should have been like, "Hey, Aaron, do you want to give this a shot? Do you want to write something?" And I completely spaced the fact that Keenan always does that, and I did not. And
In brutal honesty, that's too big of a shoe. It's the shoes are too big. I would have been intimidated.
He's much better with words than me. Especially writing down.
He's very eloquent. Even if he does write it down the minute he sits down to do the podcast.
That's the thing. He does. Sometimes those are his best ones.
Absolutely.
He's like, I need like 5 minutes. All right, synopsis. I'm like, all right.
I meant to tell you. So I actually, my ADD brain does not allow me to listen to the podcast at normal speed. I do it at 1.5 or 1.25.
That's a popular thing that people do now.
It is. Now that Spotify does it for me, it's fantastic. So your theme song, I love your theme song, but it seemed really freaking slow.
Oh, when I played it now? Yeah.
I was like, dear God, this takes forever.
No, and I like to do the opposite. I think it's hilarious to listen to us at not half speed, but one above that, because we just sound hammered. It's really fucking,
Robbie.
Give it a shot. It's really funny. It's like, yeah, right. It's really funny.
I give it 2 3/4 beers.
They did a segment on one of the late night shows where that's the whole bit was just slow down like a Trump speech to like half speed. And I mean, it was just so, I mean, it works with anyone. It's not just Trump.
Fake news.
Anyone who is doing a speech and you slow it down, they're going to sound hammered. But it was really, I mean, it was funny.
I think, honestly, in that vein, I think Obama slowed down would be nice. I loved his cadence, his dictation, and his, what's the word I'm looking for? Pentameter? No.
Cadence, I think, is what you're looking for.
Yeah. His cadence would be awesome slowed down. Anyway, moving on.
I cannot do an Obama impression. I've tried it before, and it just and I you know what? And I'm good with that. I don't think I need to try it. I don't think
either human in this room right now has any business trying to intimidate or imitate or intimidate.
That's what you think, Aaron. See?
No,
terrible.
Nope. Swinging a
terrible. Woo! Strike one. All right, moving on to the Real Buzz Rundown. And Aaron, I'll just kind of let you go for your, start doing your thing, and I'll sprinkle in.
I love it. First and foremost, loved the intro song. That was the first time they open it up into like a black screen and they start playing the intro music, and you're like, oh, cool! Like this is going to be what I want. It's the homage to the game.
Yeah, it starts off and you think, oh,
yes.
Maybe this isn't going to suck, because you're like thinking
exactly
the voiceover is kind of cool, and I think they obviously, on the Blu-ray edition that we watched from that, I think they remastered all of the special effects because they looked fantastic for 93.
They were awesome. If you haven't watched it, the first 3 minutes, make sure that you either are aware that you're watching the right movie, because I stopped the movie because it comes in on this random clip that looks like it was literally made on Windows 93.
Yeah.
And it's dinosaurs. And I made a note about that, actually. Hold on. Scrolling. One of the voices was nope.
I recognize the voice too, and I couldn't.
There's a famous voice for the first, and as we're going through this, I'll read the.
No, yeah. Once it comes up, it's like it was so and so.
So look for the callback. Loved the intro. I thought it was hilarious, but it is one of those things where you're looking at it and it looks like the husband and wife were literally like, oh yeah, this makes no fucking sense. Let's just like chop this together and throw it in the front, and then that'll kind of tell folks what the fuck to expect.
I agree with that. I think they finished the film like, I don't think we properly explained how this interdimensional thing worked with the dinosaurs, so let's just throw in like a whole intro and explaining that this meteor didn't kill the dinosaurs, but it just split Earth into 2 different dimensions, and the dinosaurs went into one, and then eventually evolved to become dino humans. It was a wild fucking premise.
So the suspension of disbelief was heavy on this one, and we've done some movies where you've got to really lean into it, but I'm telling you, this one, for everyone who's listening and does the due diligence of actually watching these movies, this is my fault. I apologize to everybody.
But that's fine. But that's what
this
we
movie
like
is
doing.
God awful.
But we like doing stuff like this. Like the amount of times Mario would just find something so conveniently because they need to. It was just like, hey, we're down here.
I have a note about that.
We're down here with the pipes and
been listening to pipes all my life.
We need new clothes. Here's a locker. Oh my God, it's 2 plumber outfits to our exact specifications and plumbing tools. What do you know?
Yes, precisely. And I noticed that Caitlin wasn't like hustling and bustling trying to get onto this podcast tonight. Like, what's the deal with that, Caitlin? You didn't want to watch Super Mario Brothers with us and then come sit down and discuss the worst movie we've done?
No, she has really strict schedule with her kid, and
which is a good thing to do for all you parents out there.
Well, it's not just because it's the kid's in like a very young age still, and so she's got to be diligent there. So her schedule's a little spicy.
So she's a good parent, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she's a good parent. And Sundays are really the only time that work for her. So
we tried it up when we couldn't do it last night.
No, we're getting technical. Kanan screwed it up, but that's okay.
Oh, God damn it, All right, love the song. Moving on. I did have a whole note where I was like, "What the fuck is this movie? Like, is this the story? I'll buy it." But again, it's really on the nose. And I also found it very bizarre that they went with the direction of making them not brothers, but rather an orphan that was then taken in by a large, not Italian man, and then trained to be a professional plumber.
Okay, I missed this. I thought they were actual brothers.
No, and it comes up because when Johnny Legs is explaining to Daisy, he's like, "Oh yeah,
that's right.
He's my grandfather. Yeah. He's my father. He's my brother." And he does like he like backpedals because obviously Mario's looking at him like, "What the fuck, bro?"
That makes a little more sense now, because when I was looking at those two characters, my first thought was the age difference is not brother; it's father-son.
It absolutely is father-son. It absolutely is, and it just doesn't work. But again, suspension of disbelief. Lean into it, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
I'm just an orphan guy learning to plumb. I don't know nothing. Actually, he's probably not even really Italian.
No.
Also, the one thing that I never realized from the title of the game, Super Mario Brothers. Okay, so their last name would have to be Mario. So his fucking name is Mario.
Absolutely. So this movie actually created this whole. Apparently, there was this whole theory, this conspiracy theory. Sorry, that the Mario Brothers' last name was Mario, or that it was Mario and Luigi Mario. And the president of Nintendo has since come out and been like, no, they're like Cher. They have one name. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, they're like Prince.
Yeah.
Or Seal.
If I could pull that shit off, I would. Dude, if I could pull off getting a stamp and making that my name.
Of course.
The artist previously known as Aaron.
That's one of the best lines in Superbad. Just McLovin? What the fuck you think you are, Seal?
It is a fantastic call out. I did not. So do you remember? So when I was playing Mario, I don't remember ever running after crystals or jewels or gems or meteorites. I remember looking for flowers, mushrooms, and a leaf. Oh, coins, yeah, for sure. Coins. But at no point was a gem, a meteorite, a crystal, any of the shit that they used to make this whole two-dimensional thing work. None of it is mentioned in the game.
Well, yeah, it's based on the video game. It doesn't.
It's like, very loose.
Yeah, it's there. It is inspired by the video game. They obviously took their own creative license on a lot of shit.
A lot of licensing
to the film's detriment, I might add. But yeah, so we talked about the age discrepancy, and I also love how throughout in the beginning of the movie, why is every plumber in Brooklyn fucking Italian? It's like, and there's Scapelli Plumbing.
Scapelli Brothers.
Who's a plumber / mob boss.
Which I'm actually, so I was looking it up because I was like, what the fuck is Scapelli? Like, what? I have notes about it later because anyway. Scapelli seems like shit. And they meant to tie that up a little better, and they didn't. And I don't know why, because it just became very bizarre.
We'll get to that later, but that scene where he gets turned into a chimp is wild.
So I had to stop, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was my buddy Joel was watching it with me. Joel, if you're listening, sorry, I forgot. But I was drinking along at the time. This is on the second viewing.
Sounds like he fucking hates you, Joel.
Yeah, poor guy. Anyway, he and I both were like, what the fuck? Did they just shoot a black dude and turn him into a monkey? That cannot fly like that.
Well, Scapelli, he's not.
So first off, he wasn't black.
Yeah.
So that's on me. Again, being drunk, I do apologize. However, it still is just like, what the fuck?
Well, because
I know they came from dinosaurs.
We evolved from apes, so yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I don't think chimp is, because it was a chimpanzee. No. I don't think chimp is an ape. I don't think we descended from chimpanzees. I think we descended from I don't know why I'm even going to say. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
What I do know is that it felt like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the beginning because she was running through with the Shredder outfit jacket on, the red leather jacket with the spikes.
Well, I remember the spikes
running
from
through all the tunnels.
The Koopa thing. The spikes were definitely in the video game.
Sure,
I remember that.
all the spikes, and that's how. And while we're talking about all the the video game and the Koopa thing, did you notice that there's one shot where they zoom in and it's Hopper, and you're looking over a long table and it's a stretch and there's fire on it? To me, it reminded me of the bridge that you had to cross in the castle.
Oh, I'm sure that was their intent.
I loved it. I was like, okay, that is a good shot. That's some decent cinematography. But anyway,
nice little Easter egg. I liked. Goddamn. So basically, in this film, if you were of reptile descent and you'd evolved into a human, you just had the worst haircut ever.
Absolutely, your scales. You had to wear clothing. So I loved that the lady who played Aunt Petunia in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What's her name? Do you know?
Lena.
Thank you. Lena. The character's name is Lena. In that same scene with the bridge, Lena is wearing a blue plastic dress that her tits are literally cracking out of.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like she's wearing a bustier.
It's like an egg, yeah.
But she doesn't have large breasts. They're like,
No.
they're pretty average. I'm guessing average. I'm not going to guess her cup size. B. And so they were kind of popping out. It looked a little strange. I had more
super weird.
It was, but like Koopa's hair was like borderline cultural appropriation with like
Dude,
the gelled up cornrows.
Absolutely was. It was. Well, and then his buddy, was it Iggy? So Iggy and Spike were the two cronies, the cousins, right?
Yeah, they're like Bulk and Soul from fucking Power Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't remember who was who in that, but the one with the cornrow, I call him cornrow mullet in my notes because he has cornrows.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. That are in a mullet in the back. Anyway,
It's a wild hair. I mean,
it's awful. All the hair. The Mario brothers are the only ones who don't have just, and I guess not Peach. Daisy are the only ones who don't have
call her
completely...
Peach. She's Princess Peach.
She's Peach. They're the only ones who don't have completely, utterly fucked hair.
Well, but yeah, because they're mammals, so it's everyone who's of reptile descent.
Okay.
That's the whole point. Is like that's why they're inspired by reptilian-looking animals.
Got
Like it wasn't well executed again, but I understood what they were trying to do.
Sure.
It was, but yeah, they fucking weird ass haircuts.
I got weird Grinch vibes when the blonde is dropping off the Instapot in the rain there. In the very first scene, the blonde is dropping off the cradle thing. And it just felt like the Grinch where like all of a sudden this weird other being hatches and you're like, what?
That was confusing too because the same actress who plays
Yes.
Peach
Yes.
played the lady. So I'm confused thinking, it's 20 years later. I'm like, she hasn't aged?
It fucked with my head.
What is happening?
Absolutely.
Like, why?
Huge problem there.
Were they over budget so much they couldn't just cast someone to be her mom?
That was the same day that they actually used Windows 93 to cut together the intro. They were
Fuck's
doing that
sake.
in one room, and in the other room they were using a handy cam to run around with Peach shooting this thing and hoping that nobody else noticed.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
wild. I mean, this movie was way over budget, so I guess they had to cut costs somewhere.
Yeah. So the first scene of New York in what I guess they're expecting us to believe is the early 90s.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I got worried. I was like, oh, shit, is this like a timepiece?
No. It's supposed to be in current time, so early 90s, yeah.
Okay. I did dig the shotgun style storage of the plumbing of the plungers on the wall in their apartment. I love that. It's like a proud redneck displaying his tools in the back of his truck. These guys are just throwing plungers up on their fucking wall like it's something to be proud of.
It is weird.
Which is also something they've used to move people's fecal matter out of
Yeah.
their toilet. And now it's on their wall.
It is weird how they like weaponize their plumbing tools as like
I know.
they're precious tools. They can't leave home without. Like they
You got to treat them. You got to treat them good.
They have a
They're always by
limited
your side.
spectrum of utility, right? Like I mean,
An incredible actual plumbing tools are very specific.
yeah, they're like heavy. They're pipe wrenches, man. You
Yes.
know, and I that's the
They do
extent I
their
know of plumbing.
specific job
Yeah.
very well, and that is all they do well. Anyway, I don't know. The Mario says go left. So did you notice? I get that Mario and Luigi have like a banter, and they're setting up that like Mario thinks he knows better than Luigi, and Luigi says, "Hey," or Mario's like, "Hey, we got to go to this destination. There's an emergency. We're racing Scapelli there. Turn left." And Luigi goes the polar fucking opposite direction.
Well, apparently his character has this innate sense of direction that just it doesn't matter. It's
Totally cool with that.
completely random.
So I am so fine with that. There are so many movies that are based on a character just having a gut feeling and going with it. That's fine. I'm for it. You know what I'm not for? Going the polar fucking opposite direction and still getting to your destination. Does not work.
Yeah, but I mean, they were later. Scapelli beat him there.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Why
There you go.
why Scapelli say something? Remind me of something. Oh, it reminds me of fucking Cinderelli. Look, when those rats from
Cinderelli.
Cinderelli.
Yes.
It's like Scapelli. What is
Yes.
this?
You brought up Scapelli. Perfect. He's incredible. The first scene with him in it is incredibly predatorial.
Okay, yeah, he's basically, hey,
So cringy.
Try to get some gabagool. You want to get some gabagool?
He's giving me like a Bill Crosby vibe.
Bill Cosby.
Cosby. What did I
Yeah,
say?
I was like, who the fuck is Bill Crosby?
Bill Cosby. Yes. He'd prefer her to be asleep.
Basically, he has 5 lines, and you can already tell from those 5 lines that he has a plumbing company that is a complete front. And
Absolutely.
he's a mafia guy, and he definitely just puts all his money through the company and washes it. Like it's definitely a front.
Absolutely.
He's killed some. He's a mob boss for sure.
Yeah. And maybe this is just like a kind of a, I don't know, a commentary on the time, but it does age. This movie ages itself constantly in trying to use current technology of the time. Now that it's 93, it's 30 years later.
Yeah.
Which is insane to say.
I know, man. I fucking.
However, they date themselves because the Mario brothers are apparently also mechanics. Like Mario just is in there fixing it while Peach, Daisy is.
Yeah, man. They're the ultimate DIY guys.
Yeah. Okay, so they're just more manly than we are, I guess.
But me, I
couldn't.
I
If
can't
my truck
fix
broke down,
anything.
I'd be like, "Give me a bottle of water so I can sit here and stay hydrated while waiting for AAA."
That is the one thing I worry about. Like as I get older, like if I ever become a homeowner, it's like I don't know how to fix anything. I don't like. I can. Dude, I broke my fucking washer. I broke my washing machine because I put too many clothes in it at one time. And it just
starts spinning. And
yeah,
just
and it got jammed. And then I was like, oh, who do I call? And I was like, well, can you fix it yourself? I'm like, I think you know the answer to that question.
Is that rhetorical, or are you just trying to make me feel bad?
Yeah. Are you trying to be a dick right now?
Dude, did you sell me another bad batch of acid, Dad?
For fuck's sake. He was like, well, I can come over and look at it. I'm like, great, could you please? I feel helpless. I'm almost a 32-year-old man. I break something. I'm like, who do I call?
There's got to be a YouTube channel for that. And if there isn't,
It's actually a good idea. I should try that.
there you go. Anyway, I did notice that they get in the truck that they magically fix with a bottle of water, and they take Daisy Peach down to the dig site, which is...
Daisy Peach is a legitimately great porn name. Sorry.
Yeah, I can see myself Googling that.
I watched some scenes just based on that name, with like blind, without even seeing it.
But see,
I'd check out a couple.
what I would do is I wouldn't make it Daisy Peach. I'd make it Daisy and then the peach.
The
icon.
emoji peach?
Emoji, that's the
yeah,
word.
dude, I like that.
Yes.
That's great.
Okay. So
Let's
if
lock
you're
that
looking
down.
for it, yeah.
Let's lock that down.
Are we going to be Daisy Peach?
No, but I think we
people
might.
won't pay to watch my peach.
People,
Maybe yours. I don't know how well
people
upkept yours
will
is.
pay to not watch my peach for sure.
There you go. Anyway, where's this dig site that they take our Daisy Peach to? It is that
It's
close to
the middle of
downtown.
Brooklyn. Yeah, it's like there's a
They show
dino.
the Brooklyn Bridge, but somehow there's enough real estate for them to have a full-size dig site.
That is. I never even thought about that. That's completely ridiculous. There would never be a fossil or a dino fossil dig site in the middle of New York. It's the dumbest shit I've ever
literally
heard.
right across the bay. It's right fucking there.
And apparently right where Scapelli's trying to do
No
some more
shit.
plumbing
I know,
work,
right?
the wet work, whatever.
Build something, yeah.
The gabagool.
So after the dig site, they all get, he's Scapelli's predatorial again, and then they go to dinner.
Yeah, he looks at me and he's like, a lot of people who don't do what I say tend to get hurt. And it's like, Jesus, man, that's not even...
Yeah, it's a little on the nose.
That's not even a subtle threat. That's
Yeah.
just that's a threat. Like that's
Yeah.
illegal.
It's essentially just you informing her of what's going to happen.
It's not even like the
blatantly.
cliche. It'd be a shame if something bad happened to him. And it was just like, I could fucking kill you, right? And like it was like, Jesus Christ, man. Okay.
That was by far the best impression you've done, by the way.
No, it's terrible.
I loved it. I did say that her daddy should have taught her better than to let a guy wearing a big ass sperm necklace walk her home.
Wait,
Because Johnny Legs wears a sperm necklace throughout the entire movie.
I missed this.
First off, everyone's wearing a necklace. Now,
Yeah.
Daisy Peach is wearing a rock and a piece of fucking twine.
That's a plot device. So that's okay.
But at some point, she wouldn't have been like, "Oh, this twine is fucking itchy. I'm gonna get a chain."
Maybe upgrade to a chain.
locket.
Or floss.
Yeah, fucking floss would be nice. It'd smell minty.
Twine's pretty itchy. I agree with that.
Okay. But then you've got like Mario's got on. If I remember right, there's like a patron saint. I'm assuming it's a saint of some sort in the cross.
They're Italians. Let's assume they're Catholic. That
Yeah.
adds up.
Yeah, but then. So I expected, okay, Johnny Legs is being raised by the same guy, but he's just wearing a necklace and it looks like a gigantic sperm.
It
Looks like one of those necklaces that you and I could get at. Do you remember when Worlds of Fun used to sell jewelry?
Oh,
And they
yeah,
had like the
dude.
spiky necklaces and
Of
shit.
course.
Okay.
I had one.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
but this looked like straight out of Worlds of Fun clearance bin.
I think that's more of an indictment on the 90s and the fashion that was popular back then. Because
Fashion, quote,
necklaces
unquote.
were popular back then.
For sure.
I remember
This is right before puka shells came back.
the puka shells, and then I remember it was puka shells in middle school,
Yep.
later middle school, or early high school. It was like the silver chain. I did that for a minute, and then I turned 28, and then I started wearing a gold chain because I thought
You were more mature. Your metals mature with you.
Yeah, I guess. And then I realized I saw myself in photos. I was fucking fat that time too. I'm like, that gold chain does not make me look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and so I stopped wearing it.
Well, that's because you weren't picking your chest hair, your chest,
Yeah.
The what do they call it? The chest pubes? You weren't picking them to stick out with the chain. That's your fault. For your fault.
Just chains are a very specific accessory because it's one of those things where it either works or it doesn't. There's not someone like it either's like, oh, that it works, or you're like, take that fucking thing off immediately.
Yes, absolutely.
I was the one who's take that fucking thing off immediately. It looked fucking ridiculous.
Me too. I don't know why, but I just wrote, you always get the money before you get in the van, especially with two Italians, which is really not very in good taste of me, but I know that I was drunk and it was referring to something about them giving a ride to a woman after dinner, and she was in a
that's just a bad
clad.
idea in general. Like if two random guys in a broken down van were like, "Hey, you need a ride? I saw I overheard your conversation. It sounds like you're in some trouble."
Yeah, I listened to your conversation from 20 feet away.
This
by
is
the way.
New York City, dude. No,
Not cool.
You say, "Excuse me, get the fuck away from me. I will call a taxi."
Yes, and at this dinner scene is where I brought up the problem that you and I have already discussed about like Mario being his dad.
Of course, they're eating in a fucking Italian restaurant.
super
Oh, that
stereotypical.
amore.
So bad.
It's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, we get it. They're Italian. We
Yes.
get it.
And I think that's why I have the note. That doesn't seem PC because there was a lot of like stereotypes going on, and I'm pretty sure there was a couple things said just thrown out that I was like, ugh.
Italians are weird because not Italians are weird, but what you can get away with from Italian stereotypes is weird because they do have Sicilian people. The reason why they have darker skin tones is because they have African heritage,
Right.
but they're also European and pretty white at the same time. So you're just like, I don't know, it's the gabagool. Like, okay, you get away with a lot more Italian people. Like,
right.
If you made like a Jewish joke or something, like.
The Jews have been prosecuted enough, all right? Let's leave the Hebes alone.
Stay away from the blacks and the Jews, and you'll be fine.
After dinner, Johnny Legs, my note literally, quote, says, Legs and Gizmo gonna try and hit it.
Oh, Gizmo?
Legs and Gizmo. That is my iPad trying to guess what the fuck I was trying to type as I was intoxicated trying to type Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. I was like, what were you watching? Gremlins? Or not?
Yeah.
That's
Gizmo?
Right. Yeah.
Great call out, by the way. Who goes to his date in their stereotypical 90s lesbian get up? Because Daisy Peach shows up
Johnny
in the
Legs?
same...
Oh, no.
Johnny Legs Gizmo, his date, shows up in her combat boots that are laced all weird, and then her two short cargo shorts and her oversized adventuring shirt.
Brings me back to another Superbad quote. I can't show up to the party what I wore at school. It's completely unbecoming.
Dude, if Superbad wasn't so fucking good, I'd say we should do it.
I know. I love it. We would just be quoting the whole time.
Exactly.
And like I wouldn't mind doing that and recording it. I don't know if I'd release it. It'd just be like,
Sure.
All right,
It'd just be a fun recording.
We can watch the movie, Rob. We don't need you to just read the script. No one's gotten a hand job in cargo shorts since Nam.
There are so many bad jokes about the hand job. Nobody's got a hand job. Basically, though, they all come down to the point that we're better at it than you are. We've had a lot more practice. Don't bother.
In regards to, the hand, yeah, dude, no one likes hand jobs. So what?
It's a waste of time,
dude. I'm not in ninth grade anymore. All right,
I'm not in ninth grade. If you're not willing to put it in your mouth, then you're not willing to go on a date.
Or if you don't want to do that, let's just do the regular thing. Or like, if you don't want to do that, I mean, deuces. I'm not calling you.
Yeah. By the way, that is not my bit. That is actually, I can't remember the name of the comedian, but the whole bit of if you're not willing to put it in your mouth, that's not mine. Just in case my wife listens to this, she probably will.
Oh, that's
just in case.
That's so. I forget. Like, if anyone, like, we're kidding. It's not. We're not serious.
But if you are listening to this, then apparently somebody put a speaker in the kitchen for you.
But if you're our age and you give hand jobs, grow up.
I second it. Who goes on a date? Stereotypical. Oh man, is this the same New York backdrop? I love that in the night scene they use this same bad fabric New York night drop that we had at Lee Summit North for one of our shows that they used in How I Met Your Mother and in Friends.
Oh, so it's just a generic backdrop.
Yeah, purple painting, and then black building silhouettes, and then literally just yellow squares painted on it.
Yeah. No, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let's see here. Did you notice that I felt a little bit like, ooh, when we were watching because the Twin Towers became the Koopa Towers.
They kind of dissolved.
And one is knocked off, and the other one's crumbling. I was like, ooh.
They also, I don't know if this just came with the updated, remastered special effects. But I felt like I was watching Avengers Endgame with all these fucking people disappearing. Like
the sanding thing.
Same
Yes.
exact effect.
Yes.
It was like, did Avengers Endgame just rip off Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, whatever. It
Word
works.
for word. Word for fucking word.
Hey man, if you want to take one thing from that movie, that's the one thing I would take.
I would. I'm thinking about it, and I got to tell you, it doesn't get better. I have to tell you how disappointed in Yoshi I was.
They did Yoshi so dirty.
That's the perfect way of putting it, because Yoshi had so much fucking potential.
Yoshi's not a Jurassic Park kind of character. It looked like they just Jurassic Park. It came out the same year actually, but so the Dino puppet was impressive. Like it looked pretty cool. But what?
But if it came out at the same year as Jurassic Park, can we look at the level of okay, yes, it was cool, but look at the freaking magnitude of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park and how amazing they were.
They should have gone more cartoony with this movie.
Absolutely.
They tried to make it too real world based. They should have gone over they should have just pushed full send, went
Yes.
forward and made it cartoony and kooky and
But
weird.
this is the thing that producers have an issue with and did then do today. Because do you know what? The live action of Lion King would have been infinitely better had they done the cartoon eyes. Had they done the cartoon Disney faces.
I refuse to see those movies because the originals are too sacred to me.
I hear you 1,000%. And again, I watched Lion King. I think I've watched all of them. I don't know. I haven't watched Mulan because they were like, you got to pay extra. And I was like, yeah, how about fuck you?
Dude, no, the Mulan one looked straight up just kind of like this is a film inspired by Mulan. It's not Mulan. If there's not Mushu and there's not singing,
Right.
If there's
Oh, by the way, you guys
It's
were
not
asking
Mulan.
that in the most recent podcast, which is the one you guys did of Coming to America. You guys were asking about what makes it a musical versus what makes it a...
how many numbers does it have to be?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's actually got more to do about who's doing the singing.
Oh, interesting.
I Googled it while I was listening.
Oh, that's
Because
fascinating.
I was trying to catch up today. Anyway. And you guys also mentioned that Top Gun 2 is coming out in
Very
June,
excited.
And I will go ahead and volunteer as tribute to come and do that with you guys because that would be fucking
Dude,
awesome.
I've got the biggest dad boner for Top Gun 2. I know it doesn't come out for a couple more months, but
Every red-blooded American man
I'm
has
so excited.
the dad boner for Top Gun 2. And if they don't,
in the
check
best
your pulse.
The reason why, I've gone from kind of bulge to 8 or 9 o'clock is because the early reviews that's where it's been screened have come out and they're like it's fucking amazing.
Yes, yeah, no. You mentioned
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you mentioned that, and they're like, people have watched it and said, people from the cast or relatives of the cast have said it's one of the best movies they've ever seen. They might be a little biased, but I got to tell you what, I'm with Keenan on this one. I love the Mission Impossibles.
The trailer's fantastic. I'm
Yes.
excited.
Yeah. See, I think what they did, I think they learned a lot from, what do you guys call it? You call it Independence Day. You guys call it something
Resurgence?
different. Yeah, so Resurgence came out.
Yeah.
And they tried
ID4. We call it ID4.
You call it ID4. Okay.
Yeah.
So ID4 2 wasn't as good as it could have been because they had the new technology on the drones and shit, but they didn't really lean into it. And,
Well, yeah,
they
and
had
Will
the
Smith-
alien tech
and Will Smith wasn't in it.
that obviously is a huge gaping
I mean
problem.
that should have been a full stop. Will Smith isn't available.
if
Okay,
Will Smith
we're not
didn't
doing
sign
it.
on, yeah, then guess what? You're not doing it.
Roland Emmerich should have been like, oh, okay, so you're telling me the vehicle for this film's no, okay, we're not doing it then.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have done it.
Let us know when he's free. Anyway, back to what we were saying is that I think that I'm hoping that Top Gun 2 will learn from them and realize that, one, you need the main characters, which they've done, and two, you got to lean into the new technology and let it become the highlight and not, I don't know, whatever bullshit they used. So,
I'm telling you, man, I watched a supercut. They did a supercut extended trailer of all the trailers, and then they kind of cut them
shit.
together.
Yeah.
It's 7 minutes long.
nice.
I'm so excited. We got my guy John Hamm in there. We've got Ed Harris.
Dude, it's going to be fantastic.
Dude,
If anything, you're going to watch it for the names. I mean, that's how they're playing it smart. They're putting these names in, John Hamm.
goddamn pandemic fucked us. This movie's been done for
sure.
a year and a half. I want to see it.
Yes. By the way, you guys were talking about how the hell did the tagline become propaganda for Top Gun?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
The Navy actually put up recruiting booths outside the movie.
Interesting.
It was so
Well,
fucking
it's a
popular.
good
and
idea.
so effective.
It's a good idea.
At getting kids to want to, getting young men to want to sign up. Sorry, at the time it was young men. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But they were wanting to sign up and go fly jets, and so they put a table out, and they would
dude,
fucking sign up.
If I was 18 in 1986 when this movie came out,
And you took a hot girl to that movie, and she's watching you. You're like, oh yeah,
yeah. And
watch this,
I
baby.
watch this movie. I'm coming out. I'm like, God, I'm fucking jacked. And this guy's like, do you want to do what Tom Cruise just did? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. He's like, sign up for the Navy. I'm like, Fuck yeah. Where do I sign?
You're goddamn right.
I'm in. I'm in. When do I start flying?
Do you guys give me my own uniform, and do I have to learn the dance steps now, or do they teach me on the boat?
Do I buy the sunglasses, or are they issued to me at basic training?
American Optics will send you your pair as soon as possible.
Fuck yes. Okay, so back to this. So suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
I had that too. But how on earth? It's not even the mystical things that don't this is half reptile, half man. It's the ridiculous things where they just find a random locker and they have exactly what they need. I'm like, what?
Yes.
You're not going to even explain? Like, there was a better way to write it and how they found that shit. I don't know what it is, but that was weak. It was bad writing.
Absolutely. My favorite example of this is that they're walking, and then all of a sudden they're in the tunnel. They're at the dig site, and then the Capelli guys run out, and there's fucking Mount Vesuvius like exploding out of the dig site. And they instead of going and fixing it with the apprentice plumber, they ran back to town, got Mario, then went back to the dig site. And then at that point, they felt like they had to specify which fucking room to go through, like as if he couldn't tell because there was a goddamn geyser coming out of the room.
Bro, you didn't mention my favorite part about that scene is to sabotage the plumbing at the dig site. The Scapelli people felt it necessary to wear their Scapelli onesie uniforms.
That's my very next note. I'm like, who the fuck shows up in a bright white painter's outfit, by the way, with Scapelli on the goddamn back of it?
It's just like, I understand like they needed to figure out it was Scapelli people, but these are the worst criminals ever. They're wearing name tags to rob a bank.
Horrible.
It's fucking insane.
I will give... I'll give Mario this. He did some really nice physical comedy. It reminded me of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Hoskins is good. He's
does
a good
nice
actor.
job. Like he leans out to touch the wall where they go end game. You know, they turn into dust.
Yeah,
as they go through it. Okay, so he's like reaching out trying to touch it, and then all of a sudden he just leans forward, does a front flip magically, and then I love the paper mache like 90s trip he falls down through in the tunnel.
It's funny. Yeah, because that's them paying homage to the fact that they go burp, 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 and like go down through the tube. And yeah.
Yes, for sure. However, when they... Sorry, I got to backtrack a little. So when
you're good.
When Mario and Luigi are running down the tunnel, chasing after... Because they've been knocked out. Right? The two Scapelli guys.
Yeah.
No. Iggy and Spike come in and they hit him with a wrench.
Yeah, it's the two Koopa guys.
The Koopa guys take Daisy Peach, and then they're running after him. That is some of the best old cool smack talk from Hoskins ever. I'm going to kill him. No, you're not, because I'm going to get him, and I'm going to break every bone in their body, and then I'm going to kill him.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's like every actor.
No swearing, no cursing.
Yeah.
But it is just... it made me giggle.
It's almost like vaudevillian, and it's just like this is exactly what I think. Like a person who's never met an Italian person trying to PG insult someone who's captured them. It's like, it's good. Hoskins does a good job.
And there was a couple times where the Koopa guys, they reminded me of the Three Stooges. Like they would do something. The cartoon sounds would pop up. It's just great old school smack talk. So and then they enter the dinosaur world. What do they call it? Dino Hatton?
Is that what they call it?
I'm pretty sure they refer to it as like Dino Hatton.
If that's what they call it, that's fucking stupid, and that's terrible writing.
I'm just fucking telling you that.
Dino Hatton.
Sure that's what they call it. But anyway, there's like so there's posters of Koopa up.
I like how it says vote for Koopa, and it's just him holding a chainsaw.
I fucking love that. Dude, you should run for mayor of Lotawana, and in your freaking poster, I want you to be holding a chainsaw. Why? I don't know. And then for your other poster...
It's a big dick move.
It's a huge dick move. Big dick swinging. And then your next poster, I want you to hold the worst fake baby doll ever.
And
worse than American Sniper, but I want you to hold, like, let's just make it a stick figure. It can be black. It can be like literally jet black plastic stick figure, and I want you to kiss it like you're cradling a newborn.
And it's funny. Maybe that was homage to his Texas Chainsaw 2 days. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I got to tell you that made me chuckle a few times. The only thing I saw in that like cut scene where they're coming down was that Toad is written in graffiti, like Toad is here.
Well, because Toad is the character who's playing the guitar,
and he's fantastic. And sorry, Joel, I'm throwing you under the bus here, buddy, but he missed that part, and I was like, no, that's the one thing where they actually like took a character that we all used and we all knew about.
And Toad was a mushroom person in the video game.
A mushroom, and so to equate him to a mushroom, they put a spiral. They shaved a spiral in his head.
Yeah,
It's fucking weird.
And then he gets devolved into one of those Goombas, and
He does. Yeah, it was a bummer. And you could still see, like, they tattooed it. Like, it looked like the back of his head still had the swirl in it.
those things are fucking scary. And
They
ugly.
were horrific.
Terrifying.
And the only thing that I could come up with was that Joel and I discussed that afterwards because he, of course, started doing a deep dive on, like, all the trivia and shit. And he and I were talking, and he said his theory was that the reason their shoulders are so huge is because they're supposed to represent. You remember those turtles you jump on, and then you could, like, use the red shell or the green shell?
Yeah, of course.
And they'd shoot after
Yeah,
folks, right?
yeah, you could boop, like shoot him in.
Yeah.
And I remember using
You
them
could
more
grab it and
in
run with it,
Mario
too.
Kart. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but the shells you could shoot at other folks. So the shoulders were supposed to be like the huge part you could jump on, and then remember their heads kind of just stuck out.
Interesting.
So that's the theory, the working theory. And in the entire movie, there's only one instance where Hoskins swings in and almost jumps on one of them. And I was like, oh man, that's like another kind of.
I remember
callback.
this.
Yeah, it's a callback to it.
For fuck's sake. Have I not killed all the... It's my computer.
Well, that's what you get for having 1, 2, 3, 4, and your phone. That's 5 different pieces of technology, computers.
I don't know. Fucking hell.
I did love that they gave Men at Work some screen time. The cops look like the policeman from Men at Work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
The bedazzled police
Yeah.
jacket and shit. I was like, this is fantastic. I do find it weird. I didn't understand why, like, there were small dinosaurs acting as rats. So I guess because in our world there are rats that are hairy and mammalian.
Yeah, so...
They're going to be reptilian?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I think rats are mammals.
Yeah.
Don't quote...
Yeah, dude, rats are mammals.
Yeah,
What
they don't
else would
lay
they be?
eggs. They don't-
Yeah,
yeah,
what else
I'm
the
saying.
fuck would they be? They're certainly not marsupials.
Well, you could make that argument. There's some marsupials that are kind of rodent-like. I think possums are marsupials.
Yes, they are.
All right, so possum, rat.
Specified as a rodent and a marsupial. Well done, Rob. And
Well,
that concludes our show.
Yeah, that's just that's the type of knowledge you get on this podcast.
That's right. That's the high caliber information that you can expect from Real Buzz Takes.
Can we talk about Lena for 1 second?
Please bring the thunder.
What is her relationship to King Koopa, President Koopa? Is it
Side piece. Slam piece.
okay? Slam piece. So
Slam piece.
not like a right hand woman.
No.
Definitely not a wife.
Oh, fuck no, not a wife, because as the king of the dinosaurs, you ain't taking a wife. You're getting side pieces.
That is true.
And he literally lets her know it because she doesn't even. I think she's telling Daisy Peach. She's like, "Oh yeah, back before I got promoted. Now that I got promoted," and she kind of like wiggles her weird blue egg dress with her tits cracking out.
Is it safe to say she blew her way to the top?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Which no, I mean I'm not judging. If someone was like, "Hey Rob, you can blow this guy and go to the top," I'd be like, "All right,
Did he shower recently?
drop your shorts."
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to go.
Rob's just ready to do the work. Okay, so in the same scene that we see the 2 small dinosaurs being rats, there's also a vendor who smells a dildo. It's like I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a weird rubber looking thing, and he just kind of takes it and drags it across his nose, like to show that it's of high quality.
I feel like I remember this. And
Dude, I'm telling you, if you go back and watch it, just watch the first 20 minutes, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. It's flagrant. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
and this is in
It's in the first. So right after you do the drop scene where they're like, "Oh, Toad is here," and then they do the cut scene immediately to change the scenery, and you see the 2 little dinosaurs fighting. Immediately, it like pans past them into the city scene, and as they're walking through the city, one of the things they pass is a vendor trying to sell. Again, I think it's a fucking dragon dildo. I don't know what the hell it is, but he sniffs it. It's very awkward. It made me uncomfortable as fuck.
the highest of quality. I can tell by its scent.
And it feels like all I said was, I feel like we're not in Brooklyn anymore. Sorry. And now we're in Angry Elton John's house.
Angry Elton John's house.
Yeah, because that's what Koopa's place looks like. It looks
Oh,
like if
yeah,
Elton
yeah.
John was really fucking mad. Like if Elton John wasn't hugged as a child, this is exactly what his house would look like.
Yeah, and it's God damn, I lost my train of thought. Keep going.
It's just bizarre the way that they tried to make things look ultra modern or ultra high tech in that regard.
I'm sure it did back then.
Yeah, it might have. But did you notice that the street vendor who wasn't selling the dildos, but that was selling the hot dogs made of small lizards?
Yeah, I remember that one.
He was wearing finger condoms.
Yeah, no, he was, and then he just it looked. I mean, of course, it looked disgusting, but he just threw on like a couple of these tiny lizards and just
Yeah, it was like 3
wrapped it up.
charred lizards, and then just folded the hot dog bun on them, and was like, "Oh yeah, look at this. This is gonna be
Do
good."
reptiles eat each other? I don't think that's how it works.
I think at that point, they don't give a shit.
Yeah,
if it's protein,
maybe.
it's protein. I don't know. I have no idea.
I guess they have evolved to a human-esque type state now, so maybe they do.
I do love the fact that I don't know about you. In my head, I've been mulling over my drinking buddy, and I know I'm jumping way too far ahead, but I got to tell you, it has been a toss-up between my drinking buddy and my lady, Granny, who fucking straight jacks their asses.
Yeah, she wasn't fucking around, dude.
I loved it.
Well, and they're supposed to be New Yorkers, right? They don't see this setup coming. Like, hey,
They're supposed to be savvy New Yorkers.
This
They're
is
the
a-
ones who knew.
this is a bad neighborhood.
Yes.
You guys should be carrying a weapon. Are you carrying a weapon? Like, no, we don't have no weapons. I don't know why I gave him a weird Hispanic accent. I didn't mean to. And he's like, oh, you don't have any weapons?
Sorry, Johnny Legs.
Well, guess what?
I do, bitch.
I'm going to rob you.
Also, their weapons, so they either are firing fireballs, which great, I appreciate the homage to the old
Yeah,
Nintendo
because that
blasters.
was... I understand
respect
the
that,
homage,
and
yeah.
the fireball for the fireflower. Like, again, respect that. Like that. I liked that fact. But if it's not one of those guns, or one of the guns that makes you de-evolutionize...
Yeah, the
it's a
devolving guns.
It's like a fucking oversized taser.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's like those police tasers. they
Yes,
have.
yeah. But at this point, that's when we meet the bouncer from the club. She comes down in her red leather boots, and all I said
I'm going to
was,
call her 1993 Leslie Jones.
I fucking love it. Because 1993 Leslie Jones comes in thick. I mean, thick.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Chucks Granny. Full on chucks that bitch, who lands on a car and then tases the driver, which, by the way, if you want to go back and rewind it a little bit, you'll notice that the black guy's in the driver's seat. She lands on him, tases his ass, and then he's in the passenger seat, and she drives away in the car with him.
Oh, so that's just a jump cut miss. That's just a missed
editing,
edit.
but it's funny. I do love Toad was a hippie. He was playing the guitar, and he could, even the air is bad. That was fantastic. Mushroom head and white. Oh, so the first scene they introduced the Goombas, it freaked me out, dude.
Well, of course, they're terrifying.
fucking terrifying,
They're terrifying. They have tiny heads and the broadest shoulders you've ever seen. It's not an aesthetically pleasing thing to look at.
The aesthetically pleasing, even if you zoom way the fuck in and all you see, it looks like a bust, like an old, just a bust of the character, just shoulders up. It's literally horrifying when they open their mouths and like. It looks like South Park, the Canadians. The top half of the head just unhinges and comes back.
Yeah, it's like a puppet. It's like a puppet head. It's not.
Yeah, oh, it's horrifying.
This will actually play to the suspension of disbelief, going back to him finding the exact things he needed in a locker.
Yes.
How did Mario know about this massive pipe they slide down on a Goomba mattress? He was like, "Don't forget the mattress. Bring the mattress."
I know, and I love that they actually did one of the tube scenes because like it was brutally, it just left every bit of the video game behind at that point. It'd been like an hour since any referencing to the video game, so they brought back the tunnel, and then all of a sudden they have like this upbeat song.
It was a chase scene in a tube.
Yeah,
and it was that again in a movie that's already bloated for it should be a 90-minute movie. Cut that scene. It's not good.
So then, after they're running through the city, Grandma gets chucked. She zaps him, takes the car. Did you notice there are random cartoon scenes, like incredibly cartoony? So cartoony they weren't even in the video game, but like when they get caught on the cable, it goes boing.
Yeah.
And it does it with the mushroom or with the fungus too.
Again, I don't know why they didn't just go full sin on the cartoony vibe. It would have worked better.
Absolutely.
It's a ridiculous movie, but it's in the state they edited it and shot it. It was a ridiculous movie. They tried to seem grounded. It's not grounded. Just don't make it seem grounded. Just go full sin on the ridiculous shit.
So this couple was really trying to create like a dark dystopian place, alternate reality for the reptilians. How fucked up is your reality that you have to have a literal hooker prostitute slam piece shoving her ankle or shoving her fucking high heel into the cop who's sitting at the desk?
Saw that.
I was like, what the fuck? And then
is this girl charging by the hour? Like,
I don't know.
Is her job just to massage?
I think she's on retainer. I mean, if they're being smart about this, they've got her on retainer.
Yeah, by the hour wouldn't be a good idea.
Because it can't be a one-on-one kind of defense. It's got to be zone, right?
Also,
she's just the desk whore.
Gonna definitely question if I would enjoy the massage with the heel. I think that might be a little too aggressive. I think that might hurt a little bit. I mean she was wearing stilettos.
You've got like a very specific knot in your back, a stiletto isn't going to feel good.
Yeah, no, it's too pointy. It's too pointy.
Thanks. I'm not in it. not for it. And immediately after that, they get deloused with like Nickelodeon level slime. They get sprayed for crabs, which was hilarious.
I couldn't. Yeah, they just literally open up their pants. It goes.
Yeah, they pull them like I don't know who's wearing pants that are that big.
Looked like Farva and fucking Super Troopers.
Yes. And then they blast them, and then immediately after that they take AK-47 cameras to them, which was hilarious.
Yeah, no, because it's a PG movie. And they're like, are they going to shoot him? Or are they about to be executed? It's like, no, they're clearly just taking their photo.
I know, but how fun would it be to use that kind of camera? Like you're out on the boat trying to take a photo of your buddy doing a wakeboarding thing, and you're like,
well, it depends on what lake you're on and whether or not
no shit.
There's, they have people who can carry guns because you get your fucking ass shot pretty quick.
That's true.
And so this goes back to kind of towards the end. What a strange reaction from the crowd when Koopa de-evolves Scapelli.
Yes.
And so basically, involved alien reptiles have literally appeared out of thin air with a man in a bright red plumber outfit. And one of the aliens then turns a human into a chimp with some sort of strange weapon. And the crowd's reaction is laughter. I think I might have a couple fucking questions.
I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out.
It's like, man, I see some crazy shit in New York, but man, this is, come on, man. It was laughable.
Yes. And so on the de-evolving, the video that they do when like their heads are in there and they're screaming and they're shaking and like, that's fucked up. I mean, think about it. If you really think about it, that's a really fucked up thing to do. And I don't know if you noticed, but I for some reason, in the very end, when they're in the de-evolving room, there's like a gigantic puddle of green goop.
Yeah, so...
They never explain why the green goop is there.
They didn't, not thoroughly at least, but I know what happened. So when Koopa was de-evolving the first guy, he de-evolved him so much, he just turned into this crazy green diarrhea-looking soup that fell on the floor.
Jesus.
And so that's what basically happened to him. So that was foreshadowed.
So they just didn't clean that up?
Yeah, they just de-evolved him back into whatever primordial soup he was before he... At least that's my fucking...
Okay. No. I think you're onto something there. I got to tell you, though, I loved the weird-ass hybrid cars that, like, at some point they had contact with, like, an electric grid, and then they'd stop, but they still have, like, a battery capacity. But if you got hit by the front of them, you die.
It's like a rail car, but there's no rail.
So fucking weird.
It's strange.
Yeah. I did love the bit. So on the same concept of the rail car where they're using, or the bumper car where they're using like the electricity from the grid above them.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, but they run into the weird lizard guy who's got scales like breaking through his fucking face.
Yeah.
And their car somehow magically ends up on top of his car, and he starts driving with them on top of his car. And yet his car still has power.
It's hokey. Yeah, well, yeah.
Can't touch the grid, but it's still got fucking power.
Damn, dude. In a movie that really...
I hope the guy down there knows where we're going.
In a movie that really, crossed its T's and dotted its I's.
I know. That's so thorough.
You found the one thing.
I know. The fungus did throw me off. I don't remember fungus at all. I do remember that there was like weird... When you won, there'd be like sparkles and the Goombas would... Or the Koopa Troopas would...
This is where the movie jumped the shark for me. And I was like, was this the first draft of the script? Because they just... de-evolved Daisy's father into a fungus.
Yeah.
And then once Koopa is dead, he just...
So was fungus before primates? Like, I don't understand how we were supposed to come from ape, and yet...
Well, Aaron, as a scientist, I can tell you that fungi, it's how it's pronounced in the community, is... I don't know what I'm talking
about. Speaking of dirty fungi, did you notice that he gets really awkward with Lena, is her name, right?
Yeah, Lena.
Okay, so head slam piece Lena is in there in the mud bath with him, and he's like, I love mud bath because it's so clean.
It's the cleanest dirty.
It's so dirty at the same time. And I'm like,
and she's in the mud. She's in the mud bath.
Oh yeah, she's for sure in there with him, and he's like, they're kind of moving around, and every once in a while she'll move, and he'll like make this face like she's
like Jane is D underneath.
Something I can't figure out what the fuck it was, but I got to tell you, it made me uncomfortable. Anyway. 2 milliseconds after that, they do a cutscene. They don't even explain. She goes from being immersed up to her neck in mud to being in like a vacuum-packed blue dress.
Yeah, she had some weird fucking outfits. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so like that is one thing that Joel and I were talking about. Did you notice all of the fucking leather and BDSM shit everywhere in the club scenes?
I didn't. Now that you mention it, I do notice it though.
Everywhere. And I'm
definitely inspired. At least
Joel was reading up on this. Thank you, Joel. And he was saying that one of the dark dystopian things they wanted to do was a lot of like, it was more sexual. And apparently there was a scene that they didn't get to do where like there was sex and like the BDSM shit. And that's why in the club scenes, there's like these BDSM outfits and...
It's a PG movie. How would they have done that scene?
Dude, this is the same movie that used Windows 94 to make a dinosaur meteorite strike and paper mache to make a tunnel, and they made a guy fungus because he came from a primate, and
No, he came from he came from a lizard. I think
I don't fucking know, but I gotta tell you, it was all fucked.
it's tough to follow.
Step one, they were wrong. So
The one last thing I have is, man, that Babam has one hell of a fuse. Like, that fucking thing.
Jesus
goes
Christ.
forever.
Okay, yes, Babam was ridiculously long fuse, and why the Reebok?
I noticed that. Well, product
Why?
placement, man. They threw some coin.
Were they having that hard of a time?
The only thing I think is funny is, can you imagine, like, so Mario's original intent was to bomb King Koopa with this Babam.
Yeah.
And the fucking Babam had a fuse that was 15 minutes long. So can you imagine them just sitting there waiting? It's going to happen.
It's ineffectual.
It's going to blow up at some point.
Oh shit, it's a coming.
You better run. You've
Yeah.
only got 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I don't
ridiculous.
know. Like all of a sudden, Iggy or Spike doesn't want to get smarter. Daisy Peach was sitting on a chair, and my only thought was, isn't that chair poking her butthole? Do you remember the spiky chair
Yeah,
that she's in the chamber?
it was like
in the tower?
Yeah, the love seat kind of looking deal.
Yeah, the love seat, the day seat, or whatever the fuck it was. It was all spiky. I was like, that would just be uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm not for it. It's not acupressure.
That's when they're more for the aesthetic look than the comfortability.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then she's got that really sad court-warming dress. Yoshi's too small. The hypochondriac germaphobe is coming on to a much younger woman. And then what does he mean he'll use her later? Koopa straight up says,
he's gonna fuck her.
I'll use her later.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck
Oh,
her.
he's just going to slam her. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know that for a
This
fact.
is also when they start showing, like, all of a sudden he can control when his lizard tongue comes out. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
And I think maybe what he meant, use her later, maybe he was going to take her to the meteorite and have her insert the missing piece, and or he was going to fuck her, or maybe inserting the piece of the meteorite back in is a euphemism for them. I don't know. Fuck it.
I don't know. So you brought up they did Yoshi dirty. They really fucked him up. Okay, did you notice on Spike and Iggy's or whatever the fuck their name are, they have security tags and like price tags all over their clothing? Is this to show that, like, the only thing I came up with was, okay, they are cousins of Koopa, they can't be touched, so they just go fucking take whatever they want. They just steal. There's no consequences. That's my only thing I could come up with. Other than that, you mentioned that the tools get used as weapons a lot, the plumber's tools. I thought it was hilarious. They use a plunger, and they put it on this guy who's got a full face mask on because he's doing the garbage shit.
Yep.
He's wearing a bra. It's a bra cup on his face.
Yeah.
It is a gray or black bra cup.
It's just weird how much they value plumbing tools in this movie, and how effective they're going to be in so many different situations where you're just like, there are a very small amount of situations where these tools will be effective at all.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not here to kink shame, but did you notice, like, the BDSM, the leather, like, even the guys who are working in the fucking garbage are in, like, from head to toe leather. I'm talking hat, mask, goggles, jacket.
Yeah, it looked like
gloves,
the fucking guy from the
pants.
first season of American Horror Story.
Yeah, the gimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty scary stuff.
And I can you imagine how much baby powder they use to get in and out of that shit? No, thank you. It'd be like a weird putty.
I'd just stay in there until I had to get out.
Yeah, no, I'm out. And that's really all the notes, man. At that point, I just got so fucking sick and tired of it. You know, they get the gigantic thing. Let's see here.
It is funny at the end how they just like
stop fiddling with your fungus is a good line.
That's funny.
Yes.
Well, it is funny. They just have this completely ridiculous ploy at the end of the film to be like, this might not get a sequel, but just in case, let's just throw. It's very generic. It's just like, Mario and Luigi, what? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
We need your help. Credits.
What the fuck?
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like, just in case this movie does really well, we want to leave it open for a sequel.
Yes. Okay, so I did find a couple more notes. Did you notice at the very end, she's like, oh, thank you, you saved our world. I've been uncomfortably comfortable with the fact that my father is a gigantic pile of ooze and fungus. However,
that scene grossed me out so much when that
so
blob,
fucking uncomfortable.
I
I know. The huge loogie.
And she was just like, come on now. Show yourself. It's like, no, please don't.
No, thank you. But then she's like, oh, I have to stay here. And he's like, oh, well, I'm a broke-ass apprentice plumber in New York in the early 90s, but I can't stay where you're fucking royalty. It was ridiculous.
Well, also, I mean, Mario's his brother, too. So, I mean, he's kind of...
He's his brother, Dad.
His Brad, if you will.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's be honest. He's known this broad 2 days? 3 days?
I don't know how time works.
They do basically telling each other they loved each other as they were leaving. Like, you haven't known this bitch for 2 minutes,
right?
man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna go back with his brother. And
you know how I feel about you, don't you, Daisy?
if you look at the difference between how their apartment looks in the first scene and how it looks at the end scene, which is 3 weeks later, you'd have thought they fucking sold the company.
They must have hit one of those blocks. They must have hit one of those blocks with a question mark and just kept punching it and getting all the coins out of it, because I don't know how the fuck they could have afforded the difference. But
solid reference,
you're
bro.
absolutely right.
You always have the best reference.
Thank you. So I don't want to step on your trivia toes, but did you know that Marvel was not the first one to do a credit scene, an after credit cut scene?
Oh, I mean, a post credit scene?
There's a post credit scene in this.
I didn't watch it. What happens? As soon as
It's fantastic.
As soon as the credits rolled, I was like, "Thank the fuck Christ!"
I know,
and
right?
I turned
You
it
click
off.
X, that's how I was on the first time. So the second time, Joel and I were talking, and Joel was doing all the research.
Hold on. You watched this 2 times?
Yes.
Okay.
The first time I was so fucking blitzkrieged, I
Okay,
couldn't
all right,
remember.
all right.
I got 45 minutes in, and I was like, my notes are incoherent.
So
I was like, fuck it.
this is your tax collector.
Yeah, it was brutal,
Yeah.
dude. It was brutal. So the cut scene is literally, it starts out and it's Iggy and Spike. They're sitting on the couch and they're selling their adventure story to 2 Japanese businessmen who want to make a video game out of it.
That's funny.
And you know what name they settle on? They settle on the name the Super Koopa Cousins. The Super Koopa Cousins.
Super Koopa.
Yes.
Okay. That's funny. That's a
Which
good
I
joke.
found hilarious.
No, that might be the best part of the whole movie, and I didn't fucking watch it.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ. Like, no, that's legit. That's a funny
But then
joke.
after that happened and it went back to credits, you better fucking believe I clicked that big red X, turned the TV off, and walked out of the room because I was so mad.
These newer Marvel movies, they have multiple credit.
I know.
I mean, I don't think this one did, obviously, but
No, yeah, no. It was brutal.
all right.
Brutal.
Do you know what time it is?
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
A little early.
Little bit, but maybe I had to squeeze a little. Who knows?
You know what? I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and fuck anyone judging me for my timing of
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Maybe when you fart, maybe they're not so in sync. Who
Aaron,
knows?
I'm gonna live my truth, and that means that this fart can happen at any point during that urine.
You're right. And you know what? I think that's the best journey for you right now.
Yeah, during that urination.
Right.
I'm living my truth.
Yeah. And if Calvin wants to show up and give us a new fart record, that's fine too.
I think we've had enough Calvin fart drops.
If he sat on this microphone, how pissed would you get?
Oh, no. I would not be happy about that.
It would be funny to watch him try and stick his ass up next to this thing.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. The reason why it works so well is because he has the headphone with the...
I know, and he sat right on it, put it up in his anus.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. He basically used the microphone
Put it up against the balloon knot and was
to
like,
give
"Here you
himself
go."
a fucking colonoscopy. All right, this is the point of the podcast where we have 5 trivia-based questions from the film. If Aaron gets 3 of the 5 right, I have to shotgun, and he doesn't. And also the opposite. Number 1. True or false? Johnny Legs and Hoskins hated working on this film so much that they would both often be drunk during filming to get through it.
That's absolutely fucking
100% true, and it's
absolutely
hilarious.
true. I love it.
I was just like, this is going to be a layup, but fuck yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were drunk during most of the filming.
Yeah.
Over under 18 weeks. How long did this film shoot for?
They were over budget, right? I'm going to say over.
It was under, but it was 17
Really?
weeks. The interesting thing is the original shoot was scheduled to be done in 5 weeks.
Over 3 times.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And how do you know how much they went over budget? I don't have that note.
I don't. I just know it was way up.
So
I read
brutally
way
bad.
over budget. Didn't
How the
get
fuck do you go
numbers.
that over budget and still end up with such a steaming pile of shit?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's question.
Okay,
Honestly,
cool,
yeah.
Cool.
All right, number 3. Which actor was originally considered for the role of Luigi, but was ultimately not chosen because of his recent theatrical flops? Was it A, Tom Cruise, B, Tom Hanks, C, Tim Allen, or D, Gary Sinise?
I think Tim Allen would have been fun as shit. I really do.
I don't disagree with that.
I know, right? All the sound effects would have been a blast. However, it is I don't know the letter, but Tom Hanks. It was Tom Hanks.
It was.
Because Turner and Hooch was a huge pile of shit.
And then Joe versus the Volcano didn't do so well either.
Oh, I didn't know about Joe versus the volcano. I did know that because I think Joel was the one who like told me. I was like, hey, dude, you can't tell me any more trivia. But he did say like, do you know that Mario was almost Tom Hanks? Like, how cool would that have been? Not as cool as Nicholson doing, Johnny Depp's part, but it's still very fucking cool.
I think Tom Hanks as Luigi would have made this film 15% better.
Was he going to be Luigi or Mario?
Luigi.
Oh, he was.
Hoskins was cast as Mario.
I got to tell you, Hoskins and Hanks.
You don't think they had chemistry? You might be right about that.
I don't see the chemistry, and I don't see, like, the brother age. Yeah, I see that. I can buy that.
Well, I think Hanks might be a little older than Legs. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, they're closer in...
Yeah, they could more likely to be
Hoskins
brothers.
and Hanks
Yeah,
are much closer, so they could be brothers. And here's the other big caveat: even if Turner and Hooch wasn't that good, Daisy Peach would not go for Tom Hanks. Sorry, don't buy it. I buy her going for Legs.
All right,
more than
that's
I would
fair.
for
That's
Hanks.
fair.
That's
So
just me.
remember what I just said about Mario being Bob Hoskins for sure? Just forget that. Number 4.
Okay.
Which actor was considered for Mario before Bob Hoskins? Was it A, Danny DeVito, B, Joe Pesci, C, Christopher Lloyd, or D, Al Pacino?
Recently, you guys did another episode where you guys referred to Pacino, and you were saying that sometimes he really hits his stride, where he figured out that like he should just be Pacino instead of being the character.
No, it just he got to a point where he couldn't even play like a character. He had to be because in that Keanu Reeves movie, Devil's Advocate, he has to play like a superior being, like he's the devil's
right,
Whoa!
Right, yeah. It just doesn't work. All that to say, I got to tell you, the best Mario out of all of those would have to be DeVito, because he's just got the right shape. He's got like that goofy ass short round dude.
Yeah, no, it was DeVito. I think Joe Pesci could have been a good Mario, because he's actually.
You know what? Now if you slow me down and tell me Pesci, he
would
have been better.
It's tough to. Yeah, I don't know how he can't swear, but I mean, he got through Home Alone okay.
I was gonna say he was really good in Home Alone.
Dude, I would love to see like Joe Pesci from Casino or Goodfellas just do Mario. It'd be the best.
Well, if they're gonna do this dark dystopian BDSM shit, like they might as well go for it and let him have it.
All right, number 5, last but not least.
Yes, sir.
True or false? This was the first feature film to be based upon a specific video game property.
I don't know. True.
It is true. Yeah, I think I got 5 for 5 there.
I know I missed the second one.
Oh yeah. Okay, so number 2. That's all right. There you go.
Not bad. Not bad. Help.
I guess I have to get a thing.
This is ice cold. I have more. It's an Irish ale from a logboat.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to shotgun that.
Okay.
I'd rather castrate myself with an ice cream scooper.
Okay, so do you have to pull it taut? Like for an ice cream scooper to cut, you'd have to pull it really taut.
No, I know. That's why. That's the point.
Okay. I think like a spork would be more effective. I'm just saying. I don't have any keys.
I have a fob. I don't have any fucking keys. God damn it.
I've got a knife. You want a
That'll
knife?
work, that'll work.
Okay.
That'll work. Yeah, that was perfect.
This is ice cold, and so I pulled it out as soon as you were like, we're going to do trivia. I was like, oh, shit. So I pulled it out because I was like, worried. Trying to like, I don't think this is how heat works, but I'm trying to like roll it between my hands.
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No. We got to do it.
All right.
We got to do it.
I'm
I'm just going to do a really bad job at it.
No, me too. This is out of the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Keenan and
turn the
Calvin
fridge
would
up.
both like smoke me in this.
Yeah, dude, they're not real. Like
They're unworldly.
yeah, they'd be great.
Otherworldly?
They have no gag reflex.
Oh, they got a little bit of gay going on with it.
For sure. They would both be great at sucking
That was
dick.
worse than, yeah. That was not exactly how I expected
That's
that.
not bad.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. All done?
Yeah, my hole is too small. Oh. That's what she said. Oh, man, Mike adjacent. Ice cold. Oh, I know, dude. I brought more logboat, though, if you want it.
All right.
I've got Guinness, Irish Red, logboat, and then I brought apple cider to go with the Guinness for a snake bite.
You know what I've found out about myself as I get older?
What's that?
It's that my taste in alcoholic beverages, whether it be a cocktail or a beer, are really trashy. Like hey, you know what's really nice? Okay, so here's the story.
Yeah.
I was with my dad. We were at the Hy-Vee. I'm like, hey, I gotta stop by and get beer before we, watch some college basketball. He's like, okay. So we go to the Hy-Vee liquor section, which has a myriad of all different kinds of interesting beers. And he sees I pick up a 30-pack of the Natter Day pineapples. And he's like, let me get this straight. You could have your choice of any beer in this entire place, and that's
Yeah,
what you're choosing.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. He's like, all right, whatever.
You know what? You and I mean thousands of 18-year-old girls really like that fruity shit, man.
I know. Like it's
That sounded way creepier after it came out of my face, and I regret it immediately. But I will tell you, there's something about a nice fruity drink with a big pink umbrella.
of course.
I'm with Marshall on this one. I got to tell you, he had it right in How I Met Your Mother. Sometimes they're just great.
Yeah, it was. I didn't watch many episodes of that show, but it's
worth a
It's
watch.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving on to
Drinking Buddies.
the portion of the podcast where we choose a character, not an actor, but a character from the film that we reviewed that we would get irresponsibly shit-faced, fucked up, shivoed, if you will, and I will, with Aaron, who's your drinking buddy?
I got to tell you, if you will, and I will.
And I-
My favorite edition.
I will.
Nicely done. And I got to tell you, it was a toss-up between Thug Grandma and Toad. Whether
this-
he's Goomba form or not, I got to tell you, I'm a little worried he'll be like that douchebag who brought the guitar to the party, and he sits down and then like tries to get all the girls to watch
Yeah,
him play
oh, yeah.
guitar. But I got to tell you, getting really drunk with him, I think would be really fun.
No, that's dope. It's a good choice. I'm
I'm
gonna
not Leguizamo, but this is
Leguizamo. Johnny Legs. John Leguizamo. I'm gonna go with Scapelli.
why? Because he's picking up the tab. I can't find a good reason why.
No. I just think it'd be dope just to be like, hey man, so what's laundry money like? How hard is that?
How much would it cost? me
Come
to
on, man. We
get in on
both
that?
know that
Yeah.
that's a shell corporation. You're not. That's a front for laundering money.
What's it like to flagrantly break the law in front of the cops?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I've done, but fuck that. I've done that
yeah.
multiple times in my life. Have you ever been arrested?
I have not been arrested. I've been in the back of a cop car on 2 occasions.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Okay.
I've been arrested 3 times.
Is this like one of the like mini episodes later on? Is this
Oh no,
you can divulge on air?
all alcohol offenses. 2 times I got a minor in possession
Was
in
this
college.
in Columbia? Where were you?
One was in Columbia, one was in Warrensburg,
Ah,
and then the third time it's fucking 6 years ago. I got a DWI,
okay.
and so don't drink and drive. It's very bad.
That's a good point.
Rotten Tomatoes over under.
That's a very smooth transition. Nobody will notice, dude.
The critics I will set at a 23%.
For critics, it was over.
Was 24%.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked they gave it that much.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
I thought you were going to say like 23.5.
I was gonna be like that. That's I'd give
23.25.
10%. Audience is a 28%.
No way, lower.
Over 29%.
Somebody liked this 29%.
Well, it's just like 29% of people said they liked this movie who watched it. That's probably fair. It's a little high. I think 25 is a little more.
It's brutal. And there's a lot of bad jokes I want to say about like this the minority choosing really bad options and it becoming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the jokes that I was just like, God damn, that's so bad. Whenever Lena gets shocked and thrown against the wall.
Yes.
What did Luigi say? It was something so
certainly
stupid.
made an impression.
Oh, she really made an impression. It's like, oh my god.
No, come on, that was one of the best ones.
That's so stupid.
Well, okay, so was it Luigi or Mario who says that?
Luigi. Yeah.
Okay, did you notice that Mario never once in the entire movie ever says Daisy? Never says her name. Never says her name at all.
I mean, not many characters do though.
I'm just saying, not once in the entire movie. It's just weird that
They either call her the princess or I think the only character that calls her Daisy is Johnny Legs and maybe Lena.
I don't know.
Who else? I don't know who else does.
Okay, before you go on to the next bit, because I know you got more to do.
Yep.
I have one more question.
Yeah, for sure.
Why the hell does the king return to normal, but none of the Goombas do? Because Toad should go back to his guitar playing badass self.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Doesn't make sense.
That is an unanswerable question.
That we will not answer on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I mean, that would okay. So if you're looking at it saying like, man, this movie just didn't.
I know.
There was a couple. There was a couple of loopholes. Like, yeah, the whole fucking movie
I
made
know,
no sense.
I know. You're right.
IMDb was a 4.1. My Real Buzz rating is 0.5 out of 5 beers.
I wouldn't even allow it a shot. Like,
Well, a shot would be a 1.
no. Like less than 1, I thought. But okay, fine. Then it's less than 0.5. It's awful.
Like 0.25 beers?
0.25 beers.
Like 2 ounces of a beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that one that you open up. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not a huge IPA fan. And it's like when you open up like the mega
I don't
ones, and you're like,
nothing
"Bah."
snooty for me.
Yeah. So definitely not one of my favorite movies. And I, again, will apologize to anybody who felt like they had to watch it before listening. Please don't worry about it. Just listen to the podcast.
So
Watch it
you
on
would
YouTube.
not recommend to ever watch this movie?
I actually know a couple people who are kind of into this weird masochist kind of thing. So maybe to them.
If you have a specific enjoyment of really legitimately horribly done and horribly made movies,
Yeah.
even then, like I've watched some horrible movies, I'm like, oh, this is enjoyable from a horrible aspect.
So
This
if
is
you
not
were-
one of them.
Exactly. So if you wanted to modernize Clockwork Orange and put somebody in front of a television and make them watch something that would truly torture them,
Oh, you do like the thing where
and then clamp their eyes open and just spray drops into their eyes and force them to watch it, this is a viable option for you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And if you want a copy, come get it from me because I'm going to erase it from my hard drive because it's that fucking bad.
yeah, I'm not gonna keep it.
No.
It's
It's not worth the free space on my hard drive.
No, every time I download one of these and have to edit them, like it's
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, so I have to delete those off on a regular basis.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that'll about do it for this episode. Thanks again for listening to another edition of Real Buzz Takes. We are the Real Buzz 2. Aaron, take us out.
Quit playing with your fungus.
We are the Real Buzz Crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
He's like out having his butt cleaned.
That's different.